If you've ever thought about retiring abroad, you've probably heard it all: everyone loves Americans. Or, everyone hates Americans. The truth? It's somewhere in between, and it depends on where you go, how you act, and whether you accidentally order your coffee in English while standing in a tiny French village where no one speaks it. Today we're looking at the countries that tend to roll out the welcome mat for Americans, and the ones where you might get a side eye before you even unpack your bags. This isn't about politics or bashing anyone. It's about real expat and travel experiences, surveys, and cultural insights, so you know what you're walking into before you move your life overseas. And if you're a retiree, digital nomad, or long-term traveler, this is even more important, because you're not just visiting, you're building a life there. Wait, before we continue with this wised-up video. Imagine walking around in a different country without internet data. That's disappointing. Internet data, especially while traveling, it's a necessity nowadays. So we recommend Siley. We've been using it when traveling abroad. A very reliable and affordable eSIM data for your international travels. Link in the description. Let's start on the sunny side, the countries that generally love having Americans around. 1. Portugal, the gold standard for warm welcomes. If friendliness were an Olympic sport, Portugal would be bringing home the gold medal every year. Surveys constantly rank it among the most welcoming countries for expats, and Americans in particular. Why it's welcoming: many Portuguese speak at least some English, especially in coastal cities like Lisbon, Porto, and Faro. The culture values hospitality. It's normal for a neighbor to drop off fresh bread or invite you to a family gathering, even if you've just met. The cost of living is low compared to the US, and retirees love that healthcare is affordable and high quality. For retirees, Portugal has a D7 visa that's very popular among Americans with pension or investment income. It also has a peaceful pace of life, perfect for sipping wine at sunset without worrying about the stock market. Potential drawback: learn at least basic Portuguese. It shows respect, and you'll connect more with locals outside the tourist zones. 2. Mexico, close, affordable, and friendly. Say what you will about stereotypes, Mexico remains one of the top destinations for American retirees. The warmth here isn't just from the weather, people are genuinely friendly, especially in smaller towns. Why it's welcoming: proximity, it's easy for family to visit, and you can fly back to the US in a few hours. Many communities already have thriving expat networks, especially in Lake Chapala, San Miguel de Allende, and Merida. Cost of living is a fraction of what you'd pay in many US cities. For retirees, Mexico offers a temporary resident visa that can lead to permanent residency, and property ownership is possible with certain legal arrangements. Potential drawback: you'll still need to adapt to Mexican time, things might move slower than you're used to. And yes, learning Spanish will help a lot. 3. Costa Rica, Pura Vida and proud of it. Costa Rica's slogan, Pura Vida, isn't just a tourist catchphrase, it's a way of life. The locals, known as Ticos, are famously friendly and patient with newcomers. Why it's welcoming: strong ecotourism industry means many locals speak English. Political stability and high safety standards compared to other Central American countries. Known for healthy, relaxed lifestyles, great for retirees wanting to stay active. For retirees, the Pensionado program makes it easy to move here if you have steady retirement income. Healthcare is solid and affordable. Potential drawback: it's not dirt cheap. Certain areas, especially coastal expat hubs, have rising costs. 4. Ireland, like moving in with long-lost family. If you've got Irish heritage, expect warm welcomes and possibly a pint or two on the house. Even without ancestry, Americans often find Ireland incredibly friendly. Why it's welcoming: shared language and cultural similarities make it easy to integrate. Locals are curious about newcomers and often strike up conversations in pubs, cafes, or even on the street. It's a country that values community, perfect for retirees looking for connection. For retirees, residency options can be tricky if you don't have EU citizenship, but long-stay visas are possible for those with independent means. Potential drawback: weather, think more cozy fires than sunny beaches. 5. The Philippines, hospitality, is a national trait. The Philippines consistently ranks high for friendliness toward foreigners, especially Americans, thanks to historical ties and widespread English fluency. Why it's welcoming: English is an official language, huge plus for retirees who don't want a language barrier. The culture places high value on respect for elders. Cost of living is low, and domestic help is affordable. For retirees, the Special Resident Retiree Visa, SRRV, makes long-term stays simple. Potential drawback: infrastructure can be uneven, city life is different from rural areas. Now, let's flip it, the places where Americans might have a harder time settling in. 1. France, love the country, learn the etiquette. France is breathtaking, and many Americans love it here, but without understanding local customs, you may feel an invisible wall. Why it's less welcoming: direct communication style can seem brusque. There's an expectation to speak French, at least enough to order lunch without pointing at the menu. For retirees, you can get long-term visas, but integrating socially takes effort. Potential drawback: cost of living in Paris and other major cities is high. 2. Switzerland, polite, but private. The Swiss aren't unfriendly, they're just reserved. It can take time to be invited into someone's inner circle. Why it's less welcoming: cultural formality. Relationships develop slowly. Strict rules: being too casual can be seen as disrespect. For retirees, fantastic quality of life, stunning scenery, and top-notch infrastructure, but housing and healthcare costs are steep. Potential drawback: the high cost of living can drain retirement savings quickly, and without fluent German, French, or Italian, integration into local life may be harder. 3. Japan, respect is key. Japan is one of the safest, most fascinating countries in the world. But socially, Americans might find it harder to break in. Why it's less welcoming: language barrier is significant. Social norms are complex, mistakes can be seen as rude, even if unintentional. For retirees, clean, efficient cities and excellent healthcare, but long-term stays are difficult without family or business ties. Potential drawback: cultural adaptation can be exhausting, especially for retirees unfamiliar with hierarchical etiquette and high-density urban living. 4. Denmark, friendly. After the third meeting, Danes value equality and privacy, so initial interactions can feel reserved. Why it's less welcoming: social circles are tight-knit. Making friends can take years. Humor and communication styles differ from American norms. For retirees, excellent healthcare, strong safety, and high quality of life, but very high taxes and cost of living. Potential drawback: the long, dark winters can be challenging for mental health, especially if you're not used to minimal daylight. 5. China, curiosity, but caution. China's reception to Americans can vary widely depending on the city and current politics. Why it's less welcoming: language and cultural differences are huge. Some areas see few Westerners, making you a novelty, which can be both positive and negative. For retirees, bustling cities, rich culture, and affordable goods, but no formal retirement visa means long-term living requires work, study, or business arrangements. Potential drawback: internet restrictions, censorship, and fluctuating political tensions can limit personal freedoms and make staying connected with family harder. So now, the most important thing to remember: how a country receives you often depends on how you show up. Learn the basics of the language, respect local customs, and approach your new home with humility. In most cases, that warmth will be returned tenfold. So whether you're heading for Portugal's sunny coasts or Costa Rica's rainforests, your experience will be shaped not just by where you go, but by who you are when you get there. Which of these countries you have experienced friendliness and rudeness? We'd love to hear your story. Type it in the comment. If you like the video, you know what to do. Thanks for watching.